This is Marvel Universe, Marvel's Mysterio. Series 5, figure number 5. Here's a quick look at the packaging. The manipulative master of special effects is capable of constructing any illusion and staging any scene that serves his diabolical plans. Part of Wave 18, if I'm not mistaken. Or 19. Something like that. Anyway, Series 5. No comic collectible shot, no base, no file, nothing. That Series 5. Anyway, so one of Spider-Man's villains, never really paid attention to this guy. I thought he was a corny villain. I mean, you're shooting yourself in the foot if you're gonna fight a superhero with a crystal ball on your head. That is just ridiculous. I mean, it's in the comic books it's an acrylic glass helmet that has 30 minutes of air. So after 30 minutes you're gonna suffocate and die. I mean, this is so stupid. I mean, I like the whole idea. The way he looks is great. It gives that idea, mystery. That's why he's called Mysterio. It gives him that mysterious air to it. But I mean, realistically, Sony had better come up with a more modernized version of Mysterio. I mean, I don't know. There are ways to do this. So here is the figure without the cape and helmet. My figure is this is a double. I have one that's more perfectly glued onto. But if you notice, the crystal ball should be glued like that onto the cape, but this one's not. So it's an error or a molding issue or something like that. I don't know. The other figure I have is more flush like that. So do watch out for that. The cape looks great. I mean, it looks like from Masters of the Universe. Look at that. It's translucent. You can see my hand at the back. Just gives that extra feel to his air of mystery. So if you didn't already know, Mysterio is like if David Copperfield became a villain and had a grudge against Spider-Man, he'd be Mysterio. So a magician that turned evil. He's master of special effects, illusions. His best weapon against Spider-Man is his cape of smoke, his shroud of smokescreen shroud or something like that. The gas somehow numbs the spider sense of Spider-Man. I don't know how that happens, but it just confounds anybody who goes into that mist, and he uses sonar himself to actually navigate through that mist. So just a master of illusion. He's a crook, he's a villain, and has a big grudge against Spider-Man. He says he wanted more money. I mean, somebody suggested, you want to become famous, you want to get out of this dead-end job as a stuntman, as a special effects guy in the movie industry, you gotta go up against a hero, a superhero, and that's what he did. He chose Spider-Man. So one of the more iconic villains in the Spider-Man universe, and I'm guessing they're gonna have this in the cinematic universe as well. I'm hoping they do. It'd be a nice look to him. I mean, an updated version of what Mysterio could look like. The glass helmet, I think, sort of represents those balls, those light up balls that magicians use on stage, or like a crystal ball that the seer would use. So okay, I get that. Back in the 80s and in 90s, this would have been okay, but nowadays it just looks, come on, man. he has a lot of jokes on this thing, I'm pretty sure. An updated version would be nice. Something like I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how they're gonna make an updated version. Definitely not in spandex. I mean, they're gonna come up with something. Maybe dressed up in black and green or something like that. I have no idea. But if they can come up with a modern version of Rhino, I'm sure they can come up with something Mysterio. And he's always consistently, except for one version, a member of the Sinister Six, just like the Vulture. These two guys are always present in the Sinister Six, so I hope we get to see more of them. So that's who is the magician villain, master of illusions, and smokescreen. And if you're building a Spider-Man display set, he is an integral part of that display. I've never really collected Spider-Man toys because I grew up watching Spider-Man as a kid, reading the comic books. I mean, it's okay. Got a little bit boring. what really got me back into Spider-Man are the movies. The Tobey Maguire movies, yeah, well, okay, they got me a little bit into the toys, but it's the Mark Webb movies that really have drawn me into, especially the second one, Amazing Spider-Man 2. Just I'm now I into the comic books again, and well, not exactly. I'm just trying out the comic books, but the toys. I'm now trying to build my Sinister Six or Sinister's 12 or Sinister Syndicate, whatever. There's so many members now, but I'm slowly trying to build it, and at least in the 3 3/4 scale, and it is a pain tracking down all the members, especially a cheap, a not ridiculously priced Green Goblin. Oh, man, good luck with that. So anyway, so I've got him now. I've done Rhino. I'm gonna do Craven next. Hopefully we get a Vulture. Doc Ock, maybe we'll use one of those villains in the Ultimate Spider-Man toy line. We'll see, but it's exciting for me now to really see that there's going to be a hope of building a Sinister Six set of figures. For the 6-inch, I know the Sinister Six characters have been released in Toy Biz, the Toy Biz Marvel Legends. I'm just not into the Toy Biz line anymore. I sold all my Toy Biz figures simply because they cannot withstand the temperatures here in Manila. Most of my Toy Biz figures, they just turn sticky, and the paint just, I don't know, the plastic just gets degraded. Unless you have an air-conditioned toy room, that's probably the only way you can best preserve your Toy Biz toys here in Manila, but I just don't have the luxury for that, so I've quit on Toy Biz. I'm hoping Hasbro does their own take on some of the previously released Toy Biz figures. We'll see. We'll have to wait and see. I hope they don't stop canceling figures. My goodness. So, interesting character, Mysterio. Not the one of the corny, probably the villain that will probably be cornier than this guy is 8-Ball. I don't know if you guys heard of 8-Ball. If you've heard of the Sleepwalker, then you've heard of 8-Ball. Just corny villains. Anyway, so there you go. I hope you've enjoyed this video review. If you did, please click the thumbs up icon at the bottom. Follow me on Twitter for my toy purchases, Instagram for my toy sightings here in Manila. Check out all my video reviews on this channel, Chefatron. Not on FX France, because that channel I don't post videos anymore there. So, final look. Mysterio, fantastic sculpt, looks just like the comic books. Paint apps are great, hardly any issues. Sculpt, it uses the same more recent mold of the Marvel Universe male body, ball jointed neck, ball jointed upper torso, waist swivel, ball hinge, shoulders, bicep swivel, hinge elbow, swivel wrist, no ball hinge, ball hinge, ball jointed hip, thigh swivel, double jointed knees, calf swivel, and ball hinge ankles with rocker joints. Fantastic figure. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. This has been the Marvel Universe, Marvel's Mysterio. Thanks for watching.